broken. Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul. I'll be there.
Man, it feels like forever since I've watched an episode of My Little Pony. So, I know it was last week, but at the same time, it just feels like it's been like 2 months for some weird reason. But, you know, at the same time, it has just been a really long day. So, yeah, I don't know whether or not I put a new intro up that I just recently did, but as you can tell, if I did, then I've got a new intro / old intro. What I'm doing as time goes on and we add new shows to the channel here that we watch, I'm going to end up adding it to the intro and I'm going to have it where the intro is never longer than 15 seconds though, but it will give a good idea of what shows we've watched on this channel. And yes, there are a couple shows on there that we didn't watch on this channel, but we watched on the previous channel before this. So like Gravity Falls, Over the Garden Wall, I've seen all those episodes as well. So that's in the intro. I got 7 songs that I'm wanting to kind of mix in between and just kind of use this one, then this one, then this one, and do that on a rotating basis from the first song to the 7th song, and then just redo them all over again. That way we never know what song we're going to get. And plus, I know sometimes if there's an intro song, sometimes not everybody likes the intro song, so if it's changed up from time to time, it kind of helps, break the flow a little bit, and hopefully I picked a few different songs to get everyone hyped up and just ready to watch whatever we're about to watch together. So, yeah. I guess I'll say all that like in an update video through either after I do this video or throughout the week next week. So, yeah. Hopefully next week I can get back on schedule. I can start watching Tangled. I can start watching The Dragon Prince. And if I am correct, we are about to have Amphibia come through our way, and if I'm 100% correct, we're going to have Amphibia come our way via like 4 or 5 episodes in a row. One day here, then the next day have another episode, then the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. Now, when they did that with DuckTales recently, it was kind of hard to keep up with it, but I did it. So I'm going to do it with Amphibia as well. So, other than that though, I don't know what else to say. Season 9, episode 11. I'm getting some of my seasons and stuff mixed up here because there's so many shows I've flipping watched. But season 9, episode 11. I can't remember the exact title. I think it's something to do with student council. We'll find out when we jump into it. So, you know what? I think it actually goes this way. I think the cord is the left ear. So, headphones are on. 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay. Starlight and Trixie. Yes.
Trixie, this looks amazing. But my job doesn't really seem like work.
That's not work.
Speaking of,
They got you on the flipping ankle bracelet?
what are you talking about? We're spending time right now. Well,
Kinda.
hold on, thought.
That is really
You
annoying.
were saying?
Especially for Trixie. Okay, so with the intro, of course, we'll take the intro out like we have been doing lately. I don't know where they're going to go with this episode. Obviously, we get a Trixie and Starlight episode, but if it was called what I think it was called Student Council or something like that, or Council Student, or I don't know what it was called. I don't know how Trixie could have much to do with that, though, because she isn't part of the school itself, so, I don't know. I've rambled on enough, though, even through the intro, so headphones are back on. They're starting this.
Preparing for a visit with them is
Student Council, written by Josh Haber. Whoa!
How would you describe a shower to creatures who live in water? So far, I've got warm and steamy. Actually, I just...
Wow, how do you describe a shower to people that live underwater?
Well, there's clean... Except for today, of course.
Wow, what if that was like really important? You really devastated that kid.
Trixie, I can't leave. It's almost spring break. The party Maud and Mudbriar are throwing?
Maud and Mudbriar?
Is coming to town? You and I promised to make the cake? Oh, I totally am. But we could just buy a cake from her, right? We could.
Why not?
We'd miss out on baking together. Plus the time I spent flattering and convincing and begging her to share the recipe would be for nothing. And we promised to make a cake, not buy a cake. And the great and powerful Trixie keeps her promises. Okay. Why don't we just split up these jobs? I have no idea. Oops. Sorry, Rose, but I need a bouquet of flowering sticks stat. I thought
Flowering sticks. That's what they call flowers, huh?
I'm still not exactly sure what they are. No one is.
What in the world, Rose?
I think I have the shower thing under control, but I can't figure out how to describe a towel. I understand the school can be a bit drafty, but that doesn't mean you can breathe fire anywhere you want.
What if that was an important book?
Trixie already picked up Sunburst's genuine pre-equestrian equinox chafing dish. That was my job.
Ah, Ocellus. Whoa.
Ocellus, it's perfectly normal for a changeling to struggle with identity issues, but not for Starlight.
I could see that.
When you're done, I need some synonyms for the word dry. Or really just help explaining the concept. I promised to help her today, and I haven't done a single thing.
Might be busy and distracted, but she's got a job. So it's not that big a deal. Trixie should understand.
Your students are more important than your friends. That's not...
It's her job, Trixie. Even if the students have stupid problems.
I don't.
Technically, it's not symmetrical or aesthetically pleasing.
Okay, Sheldon.
It's not the best cake, but we made it together, and that's what counts.
Is Starlight here? I was told she'd be here.
What's wrong?
I'm Terramar, Silverstream's brother.
Yeah.
I'm looking all over for you. Silverstream is missing.
Trixie. Oh, gosh.
I don't understand. Silverstream didn't...
I don't know. At this point, I don't blame Trixie for being how she is. But, of course, I'll talk about all that after the episode.
Ponyville and Mount Eris. She could be anywhere.
Well, to be fair, you closed your office the last time she came by. Really?
Because of you.
What kind of counselor turns away a student with a problem?
I should have known it couldn't last. Party perfection is more of a Pinky thing.
Yeah, why didn't y'all get Pinkie Pie to do that?
These flowers are just glued on, so technically, it wasn't perfect already. You don't think she went into the Everfree Forest to find a cockatrice by herself, do you?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
Of course she did.
Technically, she wasn't alone. But we wanted to help anyway.
I had to say, come on, Mudbriar.
All of you. But the students are my responsibility.
Where would we even start?
I have a lot of experience telling ponies that I have experience with the dangerous creatures of Everfree Forest. Follow me! This way!
Okay, I got a feeling that she has no idea where she's going. Do you know what you're doing, Trixie? Maybe, I don't know. This is where y'all started, isn't it?
Weren't we just here?
Trixie,
Of course.
do you have any idea how to find a cockatrice? No.
Actually, rocks aren't the most hospitable environment for shade trees.
Technically, pine trees like Pinus cembra or Pinus sylvestris can grow from narrow...
Man, these two really came in
a rocky rising.
handy on this episode.
Hate me.
There's some cockatrices over there. I thought you said they were solitary.
They are.
Hey, there's 6 of them.
Kind of migration.
We haven't had the main six this episode. We might have 2 episodes this season already where the main six don't even appear.
They're all over there.
Technically,
Don't even say it. Maud, we've got to get out of here.
I'm not leaving him.
Oh!
Mudbriar's been turned to stone?
I didn't think I could love him anymore.
Wow.
We've got to get out of here.
We haven't found Silver.
Maud,
We can't leave yet.
you are weird.
We can't this way.
Well, that's exactly where she is. She's at the Treehouse of Friendship.
And as handsome as Mudbriar is now, we should probably catch one of
Oh,
them
my
to
goodness.
normal.
Ugh, this is all my
That
fault.
is literally Maud's
I'm
fantasy.
off for my counseling duties again. That's
For Mudbriar to be
Really?
a rock.
If I hadn't galloped off and Maud's boyfriend was turned into a hunk of rock.
You got the hunk part right.
I love Maud.
No idea if Silverstream even came to Everfree at all. But I'm so sorry. Once Edith volunteered to help, I guess I lost track of time. Cockatrices are really friendly if you know how to interact with them.
Huh.
But I'm glad Edith was able to turn you back.
How do you tell the difference?
I have mixed feelings about it.
Technically, I will always
Wow.
be a stick pony, but the experience
Maud is
has
savage.
given me an even deeper appreciation for the density and permanence of rock.
Swoon.
Silverstream and I should get going, but I wanted to thank you for
I love them
everything you
too.
did to help find her.
Yeah, wait, what? Happy spring solstice, every pony. Who wants a piece of Mrs. Cake's famous?
Petrified dessert?
You had me at petrified.
Okay. So, key lesson here is don't overload yourself to the point where you're focused on work too much, or you're focused on your friends too much, or whatever it is that's, overloading you. Don't do it too much. That's pretty much the key thing that's really being pushed here. Starlight, okay, yeah, she even put a little collar around her ankle there to make it where she can be known when someone's knocking at her door, so she'd go back and forth all the time. You can't do your job 24/7, so that's just plain out how it is. Just like you can't do school 24/7, you can't do one thing 24/7. Eventually, it's going to wear you down. And then on top of that, Trixie as well needed to learn the lesson that the simple fact is you can't just push your friends to say, hey, you know what, screw your job for now. Because, Starlight was sitting there working. She doesn't need to push her to leave her job in order to be a friend with her. She's got to come to the realization as well that, hey, I can't always be, you can't always be around type thing. So, yeah, Mudbriar and Maud, though. Wow, Maud is, I don't know how to explain it. That is just a great relationship between those two. And before it slips my mind, this is the second episode out of 11 episodes this season where we didn't have one, not one of the main six in the episode whatsoever. I don't know what maybe Hasbro's doing there or what the writing staff is doing. Maybe they're trying to create, hey, we can have a show without the main six type thing. I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of weird because we had the Frenemies episode where we didn't have none of the main six. We had only the enemies who were kind of friends at the same time as not friends. Of course, by the end of the season, they're going to be friends somehow. I don't know how, but they will be. But yeah, second episode. No main six. So I don't know where we're going with this. It's interesting. I think throughout the entire series, we haven't had one episode where we didn't have at least one of the main six. I mean, we had episode 100 where it wasn't about the main six, but they were still in the background, still fighting a bugbear. But now, we've already had 2 episodes this season. That's just weird to me. I don't have any theories about it or nothing like that. I guess maybe, you know, My Little Pony's just trying to show, look, you know what, we've grown so much and we've got so much to tell with these other creatures and other ponies that, you know, it's not always about the main 6. So, I mean, that's a good lesson to learn right there as well, that it's not always about the main 6 and about the ponies that we grew to love and, you know, Pinkie Pie. See, that threw me off a lot right there. Maud and Mudbriar could have easily got Pinkie Pie to throw this party for them, but for some weird reason, they didn't. Oh, wait, they were out of town getting ready for something else. I remember now. Okay, so that explains where they were. Other than that, though, I really don't have much else to say about this episode. It's already 9 o'clock here. Well, it's 8:45 here. I might go ahead and watch an episode of Dragon Prince or Tangled. I don't know. It depends on how I feel in the next 10 minutes. And other than that, I'm also going to go ahead and do a quick update video. Yeah, I'll do a quick update video. So, yeah, other than that, I really can't think of much else. Of course, I like the relationship between Trixie and Starlight, or I wouldn't even got this thing. I actually got this thing for like $6.50, when this thing normally costs like $20. So, that was one heck of a find. Yeah, y'all already know I don't pay full price for anything. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't have nothing else to say. So, hopefully I'll have new end credits here soon as well. I've got the new intros ready, but I don't have a new end credits or a new end to the, you know, videos or nothing like that. So, yeah, I'll end it the same way I always do. Hit the like, tickle to subscribe, don't be texting and driving, and as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.